Hi everyone, welcome back to Diamond Paintings with Mike, and today we are going to be whizzing away with this parrot. I'm wondering if we can get most of the feathers here done today, but we'll have to wait and see. We have kitted up a few more colours, so we can get started with that yellow, I think at the top, and then work our way down again. And I've literally only got like one more colour to kit up, which I've got about 26 trays in the wash. So once they're washed, because I always wash them out because it can get dusty and that, but this yellow is very funky. So yeah, once they're washed later, I'll do it. I nearly didn't do a recording today because about 10 minutes ago it just came down with a lot of rain, and now it's, I thought, oh no, I won't be able to film then. And then the clouds have gone and it's a bit sunny still, so I was like, I really wanted to get a session done, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to, you know, cancel it tonight. And God has made the rain disappear, which is fantastic, because I was like, yes, result, I can get a bit more done on this. So what a week it's been, bloody hell. So when was it? Let's try and rewind back to Tuesday night. What a day that was. So Tuesday was it Tuesday? When was the 28th? It was whatever day the 28th was, and I think it was Monday, and then it was going into Tuesday, because Lazy Retired Granny normally goes live at Tuesday. And as I said in a few whipping chats, I think it was the whipping chat before that, I was extremely busy. Like, I was very stressed, I had so much to do, and I was just like, had very little time to myself. Had to rush dinner, and before you knew it, it was midnight. So yeah, oh my god, look how nice that green looks against that. That is gorgeous. Oh wow. So yeah, that was the night where I was, I quickly came off after I did the whipping chat. I was in between washing up, doing dinner, and trying to get presents wrapped. And yeah, so did all that, and then it was time to go on Lazy Retired Granny's live stream. And yeah, I was in there moderating as you do, and Lazy Retired Granny was showing a picture of Oman, which is a horse. I'm not entirely sure how that picture's been able to get done, because to me, I would seek permission to do a photo like that, because if you've got permission, fair enough, but I would, if it's anything to do with horse guards, I would definitely seek permission before customing it. So for example, the red arrows there, that will be like a copyright issue, but if it's obviously for personal use, which the custom is, I suppose it would be okay. So anyway, I said, I'm a swearer, as you know, so I've not seen anywhere on YouTube that says you can't swear, okay? And someone I watch on TikTok has said that when you swear on your channel, YouTube don't push it out to as many people or something, which I wasn't aware of. So then obviously, then we've had the birthdays, and yeah, my dad was being spiteful again, and surprise surprise, on his birthday he was like, oh, do you want to go to the zoo? And as I say, with my dad, he will say, if you say you want to go to the zoo, he will go out the next day and do it. And I didn't get an invite, and I because he always comes round at the weekend for some reason, and I said, what is the reason? And he just couldn't answer the question. He just sat there in silence. He just could not answer why. I think he's sort of embarrassed to tell me what the reason is. So he said, well, my mum asked me if I could look after Molly. And I said, well, I did plan to go home, you know. I was only supposed to be here for your birthday. And then she was like, I think her back went up, because she was like, well, that's the last time I help you and that. And I didn't think that was very fair, because, like, you know, I've got my own things as well to do. Like, it's, and the one thing that pissed me off is the fact that she said, oh, or, you know, if you want to go, you know, you can, but when you asked him, he just wouldn't give you. I think it's the fact that he doesn't like the fact that because obviously if it's on a day that I don't get paid, he doesn't like the fact of paying for me and then I give it back to him. So, and the thing is, he tells you right at the last minute. So, for example, my mum knew for about 3 days and didn't tell me till the last day. So it gives you very little time to sort of rearrange your commitments for the day, you know. So, yeah, she was getting like a bit like moody, because I said, well, I don't really want to. This is very, you know, short notice. And in the end, I thought, oh, do you know what? I'll just help out, because it's not Molly's fault. It's not Molly's fault. But one thing I don't agree with is the fact that she said, oh, I'll never, you know, with Butlin, she hated it. She came home, didn't really want to be there. My dad was getting quite violent, and I had to call resort safety to give her another room, because he turns very, very nasty when he's had drink. He's horrible. And I know that sounds like, I know it's your parent and that, but he's not very nice to me. I mean, the whole of this year, he's not bothered with me once, you know, and it really frustrates me, you know, all these trips that they get to go on, all having a good old time, and I get stuck looking after Molly. And I don't want that to sound nasty, because I'll do anything for her, you know, but it's just the fact that I'm treated like I don't exist, you know. So so in the end, I just said, right, fine, I'll look after Molly, but I'm gonna go like about 6ish, because they were planning to go to London Zoo, but because it was raining, they went to Colchester, because apparently my dad doesn't like getting on the buses, because with Colchester you have to get a train and then a bus, because there's no, well, I don't think you can walk to it. So they ended up going Colchester, and then they were moaning over the cost, because it was like £60 each, and I can't understand how the zoo can be £60 for one person. It's normally like 30 something. So yeah, they were moaning over that, and then I eventually went home about 6 o'clock, and yeah, so it's been quite a stressful week, really. So yeah, and then most of today I've just been catching up with things. I mean, I spent the most of this evening, because I had a bit of a short shift today, because I've helped them out with overtime. So sometimes when I help them out with overtime, they'll give me like a short shift. So I finished at 3, and got the 3 o'clock train, and was in Braintree by about 3:30, and I went up to get some packages I had to pick up from Vinted. And most of them turned up yesterday, which was quite nice, but there's another one that's turning up tomorrow, and it's the start of more Temu. So I don't think I've done Temu for a while now. So yeah, it's going to be quite cool, really. I've been dying to try and get this finished today, but I normally have dinner at 7. It's 8:30, and I was like, this has got to take priority, because I really like, when it's a new theme, I like them to be on the wall and displayed, because they're only on the wall for like that month. So right, that's all the 15 I think done, so we can take that out of circulation. 5, yeah, that's a 4 minute, yeah, that's all done. Let's do a bit of, I think we need to work on a bit more blue, so let's get our lovely Len Goodman one, 7. I love that guy. He always, unfortunately, sadly passed away, but whenever he was in Strictly, you had like all different judges, right? And they would go, right, scores, and then they would go, right, 6, 5, 4. But Len would always drag it. He would always go 7, or, you know, do some sort of funny accent with it. It was just brilliant. He was the only judge known to do that. And when you go on, you can Google it on YouTube, you'll see it, but it's just so funny. So every time I see a number 7, I think of Len Goodman. So I can't remember when he died. Alexa, when did Len Goodman die?
Len Goodman died on the 22nd of April 2023 at the age of 78 years.
Alexa, what was the cause of Len Goodman's death?
According to Wikipedia, in war, medicine, and statistics, cause of death is an official determination of the
Alexa, what was the cause of death for Len Goodman?
Len Goodman died on the 22nd of April 2023 at the age of 78 due to metastatic prostate cancer.
A lot of men die from that prostate C word. It's terrible. You know, this disease is horrible because you can get it anywhere. There was a lady on TV that actually had the C word in her eye. It's just a horrible disease. It just, you know, once it's in your system, it goes everywhere. You know, it's very hard to control it. And, you know, they've spoke about years and years trying to sort out a cure for it, and it just seems to be taking forever. But there was this thing that they were doing with the kidney. Apparently it's like this liquid thing, and it goes there, and then it sort of like, where it's a hard lump, it drains it into a liquid. So I can't remember what that was, but yeah. So I really like this. It's like light blue, dark blue, light blue, dark blue. So yeah. Right, I better have some of my tea before, yeah. I was gonna have coffee, but I have a rule in my house where I won't drink any more coffee after 7 because it will keep you awake. Otherwise, coffee tends to be my morning drink. Then I might have another one, you know, in the evening once I get in from work, and then that's it. Like the rest of the night is tea. So, yeah. Probably won't do any more de-kitting tonight because I think I've done enough de-kitting today. So one of my unboxings had a lot of trays in it, so because someone on Vinted was selling trays. So yeah, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on this tomorrow because we're very close to the finish of this now, which means I can work back on, I can then focus my time on the bag. I still haven't got into this box to get the giraffe drills out, which I need to do because I've now got trays ready for that to happen, but that will have to be tomorrow now. So I've got the sloth that we bought from Vinted that we need to get going. So because you get sloths in zoos, the two-toed sloth. So they have this pouch thing on their back where apparently algae comes out of it. It's like this green shit. But yeah, it's like, ugh. But apparently it's supposed to, I think it's to like oil their skin, I'm not sure. Alexa, what is the pouch on the back of a sloth for?
GoodWars2.com. Sloth backpack is a skin for back items.
Oh, I don't know. So yeah, we're now in the month of August, so it's all to do with zoo animals. So yeah, right, what's the time? 20, what's that say? Oh, 36. Wow, okay. Let's do a bit more down here. If we finish off this little bit near the bottom, we can get that 7 all sorted out from here. So today I'm mainly focusing on single colours at the moment, because we can just offload them. I love doing single colours, like working on one colour at a time, because you can then discontinue it out of circulation. So it's pretty good. Oh, we've got 12 there. I'm sure we've done that colour. So yeah, I think what I might do is stick this with Barney the owl that's on the wall, because Barney's, oh my god, that's years old. I think I started that way back in 2022. So